Welcome to another edition of Coffee Talk with immigration attorney Brian D. Lerner. In this particular episode, I'd like to talk about prosecutorial discretion and what's happening under the Trump administration, as I have seen occurring more and more frequently. Now, when Obama was president, the administration had instituted a policy, what's called prosecutorial discretion, or PD. And what PD was is that if essentially if the person didn't have any crimes, they were basically just inadmissible because they entered illegally. That type of case. We would make a motion for prosecutorial discretion. It could be made in two different entities, some to the immigration judge, some to ICE, some to the district director, USCIS, some to other entities. It basically would give an order which essentially said, yes, we know that you're deportable. We know that we can deport you, but we're going to grant PD, and therefore you're not deportable anymore, or you will not be physically deported, even though you are deportable. And so lots and lots of people were receiving PDs under the Obama administration. And of course, under the Trump administration, PDs have all but disappeared. But that's not the reason I'm making this video. The reason I'm making this video is because people who were issued PDs under the Obama administration are now finding that they are ending up in removal proceedings, and that they are having to again fight their case. For example, I had a client that came in just recently that had been issued a PD. He was recently arrested for suspicion of DUI and had the case dropped, dismissed. There was no plea of guilty. There was no plea of nolo contendere. There was no community service, no conviction of any kind. They just dropped it because they didn't have sufficient evidence, and for whatever reason, they had decided to drop it. Well, the moment that he was arrested, not the and again I want to emphasize, not a conviction, not a plea, not a sentence, nothing. The moment he was arrested, ICE jumped in, they revoked the PD, and now the person's in removal proceedings. And so, we of course have to fight his case and go forward. But what I want to emphasize are a couple things here. If you have PD, then it is likely that in some very near future, that PD is going to be revoked. There's no rhyme or reason. If you do anything, well, first of all, if you do anything, whether it is an arrest, whether it's a traffic stop, whether it's speeding, it's likely that ICE will jump in and revoke the PD. But secondly, and really more importantly, is that if the PD is revoked, do not sign a paper saying, yes, I will not fight my case. Please deport me back to whatever country. Because many times, and now more so than in the past, ICE will lie. The officials will lie about what's going to happen. They'll say stuff like, there's no way you're going to win. You're going to go back to detention. You're going to be there for 30 years. It doesn't matter who tells you what, you're not going to prevail. Well, first of all, ICE is doing everything they can in their power to get as many deportation orders as they can. And so they're going to say things, whatever they say, in order to get you to sign that paper. They're not attorneys. They're not familiar with immigration court procedures. They're not familiar with the relief and the arguments that can be made in immigration court. And many of them are brand spanking new and just don't understand the law and are exceeding the authority of what they are allowed to do. So remember not to sign anything, and you can fight your case. Just because PD might be revoked, and just because you're going to have to then go in front of an immigration judge to fight your case, does not make all the laws disappear. just because Trump wants to deport more people and has given carte blanche to ICE to go in anywhere they want in order to try to deport people and to revoke PDs, does not change all of the laws on the books about how we can fight your case and how we can try to win and how we can appeal and make motions to reopen and motions to reconsider and how we can file all kinds of other stuff with different other government entities. So all is not lost just because you find that your PD has been revoked. Now, given that, if you're watching this or you know someone who's watching this and you're on PD and have been granted PD, don't sit there and wait for them to revoke it. Go to an immigration attorney, and certainly you can call me if you like for the initial free consultation, and try to find a way to file and or prepare for something in case it is revoked, so you're ahead of the game. Okay, it's better to be ahead of the game and have it prepared and sometimes even filed before they revoke it rather than having to scramble and do it afterwards. So if you like the video, click like, subscribe, and give me a call if you'd like to have your initial free 10-minute conversation. Okay, more on the coming videos.